Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to a new playthrough on the channel. After our adventure in 5 parsecs from home last week, we're headed back to the hockey rink tonight. We're going to do another round of ticker tape testing as we play Strat-O-Matic Hockey by Strat-O-Matic Games. Tonight we are headed to TD Gardens for a 2000-2001 matchup between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Boston Bruins. Yes, I know the description might say Toronto Blue Jays by the time you saw the video, but I did fix it to Maple Leafs. I'm still have a little bit of 1985 on the brain, still kind of settling down from that replay. Anyway, we've got a full ticker tape test lined up as well, as I'm going to use Final Score Hockey to do a weeknight test tonight as well, just to see how everything, just to continue kind of shaking off some of the rust with how everything is feeling for that. Now, I will mention that part of the reason I've got Strat-O-Matic Hockey on the channel tonight is because Strat-O-Matic Hockey is actually one of the Strat-O-Matic Hockey is one of the systems that's available in the poll for my summer 2025 project. Philip Reynolds, first to join us here at TD Gardens. No, Philip, the reason I'm not doing Ovechkin versus Gretzky tonight, you may have missed some of the intro, is I'm doing another round of ticker tape testing to get the feel for using Strat Hockey on a full season replay on a weeknight. Yes, I'm well aware of the historical implications of doing Alex Ovechkin versus Wayne Gretzky tonight, but no, that's not what I've got in mind tonight. So I am a little rusty as well at Strat Hockey, but hopefully that rust will fade fairly quickly. So that's what I've got going on here tonight. I don't remember what the historical score of this game was, but I do have everything I need for a ticker tape test. So let's jump in. I am going to start off playing advanced, but I've also got the beginner cards handy in case I need to drop down to that. So let's jump right into the action here. We'll flip over a split for our face-off. Face-offs between our centers, Matt Sundin for Toronto and Joe Thornton for Boston, are all even. So let's jump right in. We get a 13 on the face-off, which sends us over to the visitor left defenseman. So that'll be over to, which one is visitor left defense? Okay, visitor left defenseman is right here. That's Dave Manson. And we get Robert in here then. I'm not sure if you're sending RJL here. Oh, RJL. Well, he's probably getting ready to do some inside pitch tonight, so I don't want to bother him with that. But, plus I think he's more into hockey bones these days when it comes to hockey anyway. So, let's jump right into the action here. Now that we've got the puck over to Manson, both teams are playing with both playing 2-1-2s. So, visitor 2, inside shot for any player, intimidation by the opponent. We'll give the inside shot here to, let's give it to Jonas Höglund. Intimidation is Guerin. His defense is a 2 on trying to intimidate. I told you I'm a little rusty at this. So we'll flip over, see if there's a penalty. 8 there. Let's see, his penalty rating is a D. So an 8 will be no penalty. If this were Stone Cold, I'm sure he'd help me, okay? Well, I do have Stone Cold. I did finally pick up a season of Stone Cold Hockey, but I'm not going to be dusting that off right now. So we've got an inside shot, no penalty, so he will intimidate and take. And actually, that should have been Guerin. His penalty rating is an A. So there will be actually intimidation is a 15. So there will be a 2-minute penalty, but Höglund will resolve the shot first. So the shot, the dice. Duh. Inside shot. A Snake Eyes is a goal on a 1-17. That's a 4, and Höglund will score. Arena groans. Ugh. As Höglund gets the Maple Leafs on the board first. I was about to say Blue Jays again from having way too much baseball on the brain. Let's see, assists. Any player with an 8? No. Center 2. Yep, so that'll be from Sundin. Right defenseman McCabe. So from Sundin and McCabe. And it is already 1-0 Maple Leafs coming off of that. So let's get another face-off here. That'll be a 3. Once again with even face-offs, that'll go over to the home left wing. This time the home left wing is Samsonov, and we're off again. So offense 2 home is going to be opponent defense 4. That's Thomas. Inside shot for the center. That's Thornton. Right D will try to intimidate. That is McCabe, whose intimidation is a... His defense rating is a C. So intimidation is going to be opponent takes away the puck with a possible penalty. Power play 16. So McCabe will take the puck away, but a possible penalty. So we need to flip over another split card. Let's see, when we get the penalty rating, what are we looking at here? Opponent takes away the puck, immediately draw a split card. Compare the number at the top of the player's penalty rating. So his penalty rating is a C. So on a 1 to 12, there's no penalty. That's a 3, no penalty. So that was so opponent takes away the puck, possible penalty. So we're over to McCabe with the action. Visitor offense 2, passing D. Passing D is going to be passing D. Loose puck, outside shot for the center. That'll be Thornton trying to take the shot, but he'll let the shot fly. Actually, he's going to try to penetrate against Sundin. Against Sundin, I should say. His offense is a 4 against a penetration rating of a 4. So a 1 to 9, he will get in. That's an 18. He won't. Sundin will take the puck away. Sundin will lose the puck. Outside shot only for the left wing. That'll be over to Samsonov with an outside shot trying to tie this game for the Bruins. Samsonov lets it go. That's a 7. That'll be a save, and over to the defensive left defenseman. That'll be Manson with the puck now for the Maple Leafs. Let's see. Visitor offense 2. Lose puck. Outside shot only for the center. So Thornton now with an outside shot. That's a 2. That's a goal on a 1 to 12. And that's a 17. That'll be saved, and that'll be a face-off, I believe. When it's saved like that, I believe it's a face-off. Save. Indicates a shot on goal. No. Actually, that's probably on the split cards that I need to look at that. Goal followed by a split number, save, and a face-off in the defensive zone. Okay, that's what I thought. All right, so we are off with the face-off. A 9 should be a home team win. 9 is going to be left wing, so that'll be back over to Samsonov with the puck. Samsonov's got it. Home offense 2. Opponent defense 10. Thomas looking at the defense 10. That'll be a penalty, so Thomas will go off for, we'll call it tripping. And there's no penalty summary here because of course there isn't. That's fine though. So Thomas is going to catch 2 minutes in the sin bin. We'll flip over 2 cards and then find out what our power play is going to be. An 11. Right wing defense 3 or more. Well, there is no right wing. He's the one who went off. So outside shot for any player, then an inside shot for the center. So we'll give the outside shot to Thornton and see what he can do with this. That's a 5. That'll be a save. Then an inside shot. So an inside shot for Thornton. So he looks like he got his own rebound. And now he's got an inside shot. That's an 8. That'll be a save and a rebound. And the rebound is defensive left wing if defense rating 3 or more. His defense rating is a 1, so the opponent has a rebound shot. That'll be Guerin with the rebound shot. On the rebound, that's a 5. That'll be a save over to the right defenseman. So over to McCabe. And the penalty is over to Thomas. Let's see what McCabe gets up to with it. Passing E for McCabe. That'll be an outside shot for the center. So over to Sundin with an outside shot. Sundin lets it go. A 9 is going to be a save and any player. Boston will give that to Guerin. Passing E for Thornton. Passing E is going to be an outside shot for the center. So that'll be over to Thornton on an outside shot. He could try to penetrate. He's going to try to penetrate against Sundin. Sundin's a 4, so it's a 1 to 9 to penetrate, right? Yep, 1 to 9 to try to penetrate against Sundin. That's a 1, so Thornton will get an inside shot. That's boxcars. That'll be a save and over to any player. So we'll give that over to Hoagland, but we're going to have a forwards line change. So bear with me while I do the line change. And by the time this gets to the channel, if 2001 wins the fan vote, it wins on the 1985 season recap and reveal show, I will have a smoother system lined up for line changes, as during the month of June, I will be doing games with whatever system wins to help me scrape off rust and nail down the logistics of doing a full season replay. So now we're over to Berezin coming out with the puck for the Maple Leafs. And that'll be opponent defense 10. So Ward with a defense of a 10, that'll be a penalty. Ward will go off for elbowing. Then we'll flip over 2 of the action cards, and we'll see what the power play looks like. That's going to be an 18. 18 on the power play. If 2 or more 4-rated defensive players, we have 1. So, right? Yeah, 18. Okay, if 1 or less. So we've got quite a few shots here. So we've got an outside shot for the right defenseman. That'll be McCabe with an outside shot first. Mix it up, we don't mind. Well, I will also mention that the hockey season will be a mixed replay. It'll be both inside the crease and Strat hockey. And during the demo game, if hockey wins, I'll probably end up doing both beginner and advanced when I do Strat's demo game. But let's get to the inside shot. Actually, that's an outside shot for McCabe. On an outside shot of 5 is going to be a save. So next shot we've got is an outside shot for the center. That's Perot. And my pronunciation is also going to be horrific, so bear with me on that. 4 on an outside shot is going to be another save. Then we have an outside shot for the right wing. That is over to Volk. 9 is going to be another save. And last up, we've got an inside shot for anybody. We will give that to... Let's give that over to Perot again. That's a 5, and that's a goalie rating on Defoe. His bad numbers are 6, 8, and 11. That's a 4. That'll be a save over to any forward. They'll give that to Rolston, and back onto the ice will come Ward. So now Rolston's got the puck for Boston. Passing F will be an outside shot for the right wing. So that'll go over to Ward, who's just out of the penalty box. What did we say? Passing F was an outside shot. Okay. He could try to penetrate. He's not going to, though. He'll let the outside shot fly. That's a 7. That'll be a save and over to any player. Toronto will give that to Berezin. Then a possible breakaway. Right wing or the center, if the breakaway penetration rating is 3 or more. It's not. Lose the puck. Ward will lose that, and we've got a defensive line change for both teams. So we'll get our defensemen swapped out. All right. Okay, now that we've got that figured out, it is Ward with the puck for Boston. Actually, wait a second. Right, yeah. Berezin tried Right, they tried for a breakaway, but the right wing didn't meet it. So Ward with the puck again. Lose the puck, outside shot only for the left wing. So that'll be Berezin with an outside shot. That's a 4. That'll be a save over to any player. They'll give that over to Eloranta. Eloranta with the puck for Boston. Passing F. Lose the puck, outside shot for the center. So that'll be Perreault with the outside shot. He will... he's going to let the outside shot go. Actually, no, he's going to try to penetrate. A 1-9, he gets in. That's a 16. He'll lose that over to Rolston. Rolston with the puck for Boston. Passing D will be an inside shot for the right wing. So that'll be Ward with an inside shot. Berezin can try to intimidate. His intimidation is a D. 1-15, no penalty. That's a 9. Berezin will take the puck away. Berezin with it for the Maple Leafs. Lose the puck, outside shot only for the right wing. Ward with the outside shot. Let's see what he can do with this one. That's a 9 on an outside shot. Loses to the defensive left defenseman. That'll be to Caberlet. Caberlet will lose that over to Weinrich, and we've got another forwards line change. So that'll be Weinrich with it once I get this line change finished up. All right. Weinrich with it for the Bruins now. Lose the puck in a possible breakaway. Breakaway's right wing or the center. Right wing if the breakaway penetration rating is 4. Roberts is, actually, that is... Korolev's, his breakaway penetration rating is only a 2, so he'll lose that over to Axelson. Axelson with the puck for the Bruins. Opponent defense 11. Korolev on an 11. That'll be a penalty for Korolev. He's going off for interference. Then we'll flip over 2 cards. Actually, is it 2 or 3 in the advanced game? Why do I think it's 3? 3 action cards. Okay, so we should have 3 extra cards flipped over. So 1, 2. Actually, I'll just go ahead and flip over 3. And actually, if we flip over the extra cards, we would be at the end of the period. So yeah, we've actually had 2 power plays, so we should have 2 extra cards flipped over. We've got a split of a 2. If the left defenseman is 3 or more, Caberlet is a 2 on defense. So, right. So an outside shot for the left wing. That'll be Axelson with an outside shot. We'll let him take his shot first. That's an 11. That'll be a save. Then it'll be an outside shot for the right defenseman. That'll be Weinrich with it. Actually, it's probably Weinrich looking at the spelling, but it could be either one. So it's an outside shot for him. A 9. Lose to the defensive right defenseman. The last one is going to be an inside shot for the right wing. Kovalenko with an inside shot. An 8 is going to be a rebound chance. So that'll bring Korolev off. Then rebound is the offensive center. That'll be Allison with the puck for the last action of the period. And lose to the opponent. Yes, me with my horrendous goal horn, but that's the end of the first period. Toronto with a 1-0 lead over Boston after 1. What do I do with my pen here so I can note everything on the scoreboard? Okay, let's get the lines reset for both teams. Then I'll rebuild the deck, and we'll be set to go for the second period of this game. Okay. All right. Now let's get the deck rebuilt. We'll give the advanced action cards a shuffle. I will also mention that tomorrow, over the next few days, I'm going to have a flurry of unboxings because I've gotten quite a few new games in that I want to catch up on unboxing. So I'm going to be looking into those in the next few days, and especially into the weekend. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10. Forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Defensemen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hey, look at that. I at least remember how to build the action deck between periods. Progress, I suppose. But let's drop... Actually, we got to shuffle the split deck as well. That would be moderately helpful as well. And if you're wondering, in case you're wondering how I'm able to sleeve these, the action cards and both the split cards and the advanced action cards, I'm able to lop off a little bit on the long side of the cards, off of this side, and they fit into tarot sleeves as easily as you please after that. The beginner action cards fit in mini American sleeves without any extra effort, as I see a couple of split cards go flying on me. All right. I don't keep stats either when I'm playing hockey, as that slows me down a bit. Let's flip over into the second period of this game, and we'll get to our face-off. Once again, face-offs are even between the two centers. A 2 will probably be a home win. 2 is going to the home right defenseman. That'll be over to McLaren, and we are off. Home 2, opponent defense 9, so that'll be Manson defense 9. And Manson will go off for a penalty. He'll go off 2 minutes for high sticking. 1, 2, 3, flipping over cards for the power play. Then we'll get a split on the power play. That's a 5, so we're checking the right defenseman. McCabe's defense is a 4. Right, a 5. Yep, a 4. Okay. So an outside shot for the left wing. So first up, Samsonov with an outside shot, I should say. That's Boxcars on an outside shot. That'll be a save. And then an inside shot for the right wing. So it'll go across to Kovalenko. Let's see what he can do with an inside shot. A 5 loses to the defensive left wing. So Hoagland will pick that up as Manson comes out of the box, and we're back into the normal flow of play. Passing F for Hoagland is going to be an outside shot for the center. That'll be Sundin. He's going to take the outside shot. That's an 8, save and a possible rebound. Offensive right defenseman, if offense rating 3 or more. McCabe's offense is a 4, so he will have a rebound shot. That's a 6. He'll lose that over to the defensive left wing, over to Samsonov with that. Samsonov, opponent defense 1. Thomas will take the puck away, and he'll have an outside shot. He's not going to let it go. That's a 4. That's a goalie rating on Defoe. Once again, 6, 8, and 11 are potentially problematic numbers. That's an 8. That's a 1-18 goal, and a 6. And Thomas will put that one past Defoe. 2-0 Maple Leafs. Arena groans. Ugh. 2-0 Maple Leafs. We'll get our assists Any player with the 9, that's a no. Center 3, Sundin will get an assist. Left wing Hoagland, 3 will not. Right defenseman McCabe, 3 he will. So that'll be Thomas from Sundin and McCabe. And 2-0 in favor of the Maple Leafs here at TD Gardens. Hometown crowd not liking what they see in the slightest. We'll get our face-off. That's a 9. That'll be another home win. That will be home left wing. So that'll be over to Samsonov with the Bruins down 2-0, and we're off. Lose the puck, outside shot only for the center. So Sundin with an outside shot coming out of that. That's an 8. Outside shot is a save and a rebound. Rebound is offense. Any player with offensive rating 2 or more, that's a rebound. They will give that to, let's see, any player with offensive rating 2 or more. I think everybody's got offensive 2 or more. Sundin's going to follow his own rebound. That's a 10. That'll be a save and over to the left defenseman. That'll be over to Gill for Boston. Gill looking at passing F. Lose the puck. Outside shot for the left wing. So Hoagland with an outside shot. He will, let's see, what's a 4 against a 3? 4 against a 3 is a 1-10. He's going to take the outside shot. I don't want to try to penetrate on a coin flip. So Hoagland with an outside shot. That's going to be a 7. Lose it over to the defensive left wing. Over to Samsonov with it. Samsonov, outside shot only for any player. Outside shot is going to go to, they'll give that outside shot to McLaren. So McLaren with an outside shot from the point. That's a 6. Lose that over to Hoagland. Hoagland with it for the Maple Leafs. Will be opponent defense 1. So Kovalenko, inside shot for the right wing. Intimidation against the left defenseman. Left defenseman is Gill. His defense rating is a 3. Actually, we need to look at his intimidation rating. Never mind. Actually, his penalty rating is what we need to look at. That's a C. So he'll try to intimidate. That's a 13. There's a possible penalty, but Thomas is going to resolve his inside shot first. So it's a delayed call. That's a 9. On an inside shot, that'll be a save and over to the defensive left defenseman, but that'll be a penalty on Gill. He's going to go off for roughing. Maybe getting a little bit chippy here in Boston. We'll have a forwards line change, and then Toronto will have their power play. So we'll get our line change out of the way first. Guerin line? No, Guerin was line 1. I forgot I had Kovalenko out. Oh, that was a screw up on my part. Okay, we'll flip over the cards. 1, 2, 3. Find out what kind of a power play we've got. It's a 5. Checking the right defenseman's defense. That's McLaren. His defense is a 3. So we've got an outside shot for the left wing. That'll be Berezin with an outside shot. So let's see what he's able to do here. That's a 3. That's a goalie rating on Defoe. Once again, 6, 8, and 11 are bad numbers. That's a 4. That'll be a save. And power play was 5. And an inside shot for the right wings. That'll be over to Volk with an inside shot. He does not have a lot of good numbers on there. 2 and 6 are it for Volk. That's a 7. That's not one of those numbers. That'll be over the defensive right wing. That'll be Guerin picking that one up. And then we'll flip Gill over, and we're back to the action. So Guerin with it. Lose to the opponent. So Guerin will lose that over to Berezin. Berezin looking at passing E. is going to be an outside shot for the right wing. So that's over to Volk. He will let the outside shot go. That's a boxcars. That'll be a save over to the defensive center, but we're going to have a defensive line change before we go any further. That'll be Rolston with the puck once we get this line change finished up. All right, Rolston with the puck now for the Bruins. Looking at passing D. That's going to be an inside shot for the right wing. That's over to Guerin. Berezin is going to try to intimidate a 1-15. No penalty. That's an 11. Berezin will take the puck away from Guerin. Possible breakaway. Center if the breakaway penetration is 2 or more. Perot's is a 4, so he's in on Defoe alone, trying to extend the Maple Leafs lead. Got a lot of good numbers on a breakaway. 7, shockingly, is not one of them. That'll be save made over to Guerin. Guerin with the puck for the Bruins. Opponent defense 5. Outside shot for Rolston. Rolston with an outside shot on Cujo. That's boxcars. That's a goal on the power play on a 1-8. Since we're not on the power play, I believe that just gets smothered for a face-off. Treated as a goal. Yep, as a face-off. Okay. So we're going to drop the puck in Toronto's defensive zone. +3 and a 0. Advantage is +3 to Toronto. A 12. Wait a second. +3 and a 0, yeah. So that's a 12. That'll be superior any player. So that'll go over to Berezin on a huge defensive zone win. Outside shot only for anybody. He will take that himself. Berezin with an outside shot. That's a 7. That'll be a save and over to Rolston. Rolston with it now. Possible breakaway. And the right wing center, that's Guerin. He's away. That's a 6 on a breakaway. That's a goalie rating on Cujo. 7 and 8 are your bad numbers if you're a Maple Leafs fan. That's a 10. That'll be a face-off, and just in time because we've got a forwards line change coming out of that. So let's get forwards changed up here. And if this video goes quickly enough tonight, there's a chance I might even be able to start in on the unboxings yet tonight. But that's probably a pretty big ask because it's already 20 after 6. At least where I am. Let's see, face-offs are +1 to Boston. So let's see what we've got going on with the face-off. 14 might be yep, that's an inferior team. So Toronto will win that one over to Yushkovich. Yushkovich with the puck. Lose the puck, inside shot for any player. Boston's going to give that one to Allison. Corson is not going to try to intimidate. He's likely to draw the penalty. Inside shot for Allison. That's a 7. That'll be a save and over to any player. Roberts will take that for Toronto. He's looking at passing F. That'll be an outside shot for Corson. Allison also not going to try to intimidate, so he will take the outside shot. That's an 8. That's a save and a possible rebound. Offensive right wing if offense rating 3 or more. Korolev's is a 2. Otherwise, lose that over to Allison. So Allison with it now for the Bruins. Passing E, outside shot for the left wing. That's Axelson. He is not going to try to penetrate. He'll take the outside shot. That's a 9. That's a save over to any player. The Maple Leafs will give that to Korolev. Korolev with it for the Maple Leafs. That'll be opponent defense 7. takes away the puck. Axelson will take it away. He's got an outside shot only. Bruins need to open this offense up a little bit. That's a 9 on an outside shot. That'll be a save over to any player. They'll give that over to Caberlet. Caberlet with it for the Maple Leafs. And opponent defense, actually, I've been looking at offense 3. Lose it to the opponent. So Caberlet will lose that over to Weinrich. Weinrich with it. Opponent defense 2. Caberlet will take the puck away, have an outside shot. He's going to take the outside shot. That's an 8, saving a possible rebound. Offensive left wing, so that'll be over Roberts on a rebound shot. Snake Eyes is a save and over to the defensive left wing, over to Axelson. Axelson with it, passing E. Passing E is going to lose the puck, outside shot for Roberts. He's going to let that one go. That's a 9, lose to the defensive right wing, over to Ward. Ward with it. Looking at losing the puck, outside shot only for Yushkovich. Yushkovich with an outside shot. That's a 9. Lose it over to Ward. Ward's got it now for the Bruins. Lose the puck, outside shot only for the right wing. That's over to Korolev with an outside shot. That's an 11. Lose it back over to Ward. Ward with it. Looking at an inside shot for any player. Intimidate by the opponent. They'll give that over to Allison. Corson's not going to try to intimidate. Allison with an inside shot. That's a 7. That'll be a save to any player. Bang! That's the second period of play. Toronto now with a 2-0 lead over the Bruins in this one. And much to my relief, this game is moving pretty quickly. So at least there's that helping me feel a lot more comfortable about using Strat as part of a hockey season. As part of a hockey season replay, preferably without knocking the microphone over. That would be at least moderately helpful. We're probably going to start seeing Boston here try to open up try to open up the offense. Right. Okay, things look like they're going somewhere here. Okay, we'll get the split deck shuffled up here first. Hopefully I'm not making too many mistakes as I play through this game. Again, it's been a while since I've played Strat. But given how fast it's playing and how it seems to flow, this is one of the hockey systems I've definitely warmed up to in terms of doing season replays with it. And then we'll shuffle the advanced action cards off camera. Shuffling through all those chords is more than a little awkward because I've got the cable passing it into my laptop so I can stream using my Sony a6000 camera. I've got a charge cable for the light I've got on top of the camera. And then I've got the cable that's my continuous power source on my camera battery. Plus I've got a microphone cable, but that's nowhere near where I'd be in the way of shuffling anything. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Defense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Both teams are going to stay at a 2-1-2 for the time being, but Boston's probably going to start opening up the offense a little bit more here. So let's see what we get for a face-off since we are back to +0 for both teams. 2 should be a home team win, and that'll go over to the right defenseman. That'll go over to McLaren for Boston, and we are off. So that's an outside shot only for any player for the home team. Outside shot. McLaren's going to take that himself, actually. That's an 8. That's a possible rebound. Offense, any player. Also, injury. I'm not going to worry about the injuries section since I don't use injuries during the replay. Or I won't use it during the regular season, but I will use it during the playoffs as they'll be full-time. So rebound is offense, anybody. They'll give that to Guerin on a rebound chance. That's a 5. That'll be a save and over to McCabe. McCabe with it for the Maple Leafs. Inside shot for any player. They'll give that inside shot to... They'll give it to Hoagland. Guerin will try to... Guerin with an A... He's not going to try to intimidate, so Hoagland will take the inside... Actually, yeah. He'll take the inside shot. That's an 8. That's a save and a rebound. Offense, any player with offense rating 2 or more. Almost anybody's got that. Yep, everybody's got it. So the rebound chance is going to go to Sundin. Sundin with a rebound shot. That's an 11. That's a goalie rating on Defoe. 6, 8, and 11 are your bad numbers. That's a 5, and that'll be a face-off. Defoe will smother that one for a defensive zone face-off. We'll let Boston stay in their same scheme. 15, though, is going to be visitor left wing. So that'll be over to Hoagland with the win for the Maple Leafs, and here we go. Opponent defense 9, so Guerin with the defense 9. That'll be a penalty. Guerin will go off for 2 minutes for elbowing. 1, 2, 3 cards that we're flipping over. 6 on the power play. Checking the right defenseman. Right defenseman is McLaren. And he is a 4, so that'll be a breakaway for the right wing, except there is no right wing because the right wing just got penalized. So there will be an inside shot for Sundin. Sundin with the puck, taking an inside shot as the passing has gotten it into the slot for Sundin. That's a 5. That'll be a save over to Gill, and Guerin comes back. And we are back to the action with Gill having the puck. Lose the puck, outside shot only for the left defenseman. Over to Manson with an outside shot. That's a 4. Saving over to any player. Boston will give that to Thornton. Thornton, opponent defense 6. Sundin will have an outside shot for the right wing. That'll be over to Guerin on an outside shot. He'll let that go. 5 is a goalie rating on Cujo. 7 and 8 are your bad numbers. That's an 8. Goal on a 1-18 and score! Bill Guerin will put that one past Cujo, and the Bruins are now within 1. Arena cheers. Yay! 2-1 Maple Leafs. Assists, any player with a 7, no. Center 3, Thornton will get an assist. Guerin scored the goal. Right defenseman, so that'll be Guerin from Thornton and McLaren. And 2-1 Maple Leafs now, as we get set for a new face-off at center ice. 4 should be a home team win. That'll be over to the right wing. That'll be right back over to Guerin, and we're off. Opponent defense 11. Hoagland with a defense of 11. He'll go off on a penalty. He'll go off for high sticking. 1. We'll get a forwards line change here in a second. 2, 3. Let's do the line change first, and then we'll have the power play. All right. That's left wing. So I've already flipped over the 3 cards. I'll just have to remember not to do that again when I get back over there for the power play. All right, but we do need to flip over a split card, which will be a 16 on the power play. If all 4 rated defensive players, we are not all rated for Toronto. So no shots on the power play. Which means the Bruins let that chance go to waste. And that'll bring us back for a new face-off. Face-offs are now +3 to Toronto. 7 is going to be superior left wing. So that'll be over to Berezin, and we're off. Lose the puck, outside shot only for the left wing. Eloranta with an outside shot. He's going to let that one go. That's a 10. That'll be a save, and over to the defensive left wing, over to Berezin. Berezin looking at passing D. Inside shot for Perreault. Intimidation by the opponent. Rolston is a 1-15. That's an 8. He'll intimidate. Perreault, take the puck. Rolston with it for the Bruins. Opponent defense 9. Perreault takes the puck away, has an outside shot only. So Perreault with an outside shot. That's a 7. That'll be a save. Back over to Rolston. We'll get a defensive line change for both teams here. All right, and Rolston still with the puck. Opponent defense 1. Perreault, an inside shot for the left wing. So Eloranta, intimidation by the... opponent defense 1. Intimidate by the left defenseman. So Caberlet with a penalty rating of a D. 1-15, he'll... no penalty. That's a 10. So Caberlet will take the puck. Caberlet with it. Opponent defense 2. Weinrich will take the puck away with an inside shot. Caberlet can try to intimidate. He will. And he'll take away the puck. So power play would be a 16. Flip over for a possible penalty. We checked the split rating, I think. A 12 says there'll be no penalty. So Caberlet with the puck. Caberlet, opponent defense 10. That'll be a penalty. Weinrich will go off for interference. 1, 2, 3. We'll get a forwards line change for both teams, as we're nearing the end of regulation already in this one. So far on a weeknight, I'm happy with how Strat's playing as part of a season replay. But the real test will be when I add the ticker in. I'm thinking the ticker for hockey is going to be the same size as it is for baseball. As I'll be doing similar to baseball, I'll probably do 1 game per 4 days of hockey. Let's see, the power play would be a 16. 16 is checking for defensive rated players, which they are all not, so there'll be no shots on the power play. Boston, though, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're thinking about pulling Defoe here pretty quick for an extra attacker. They're not going to do it yet, though. We'll get a face-off as we're +1 to Boston now. 9 is going to the superior left wing, so that'll be over to Axelson. Axelson with the puck. He'll lose that over to the opponent. He'll lose that over to Korolev. Korolev with an outside shot only for any player. He will give that to... He'll give that over to Caberlet with an outside shot. That's a 7. That'll be a save and over to Kovalenko. Kovalenko with it, passing D. Lose the puck, outside shot for Corson. Corson going to take the outside shot. That's a 6. Save and over to the defensive right wing, back to Kovalenko. Passing F for Kovalenko. Outside shot for the left wing, that'll be Axelson. He is not going to try to penetrate. He will take the shot. He'll take the outside shot. That's an 8. That's a save and a rebound chance. Offensive center, if offense rating 3 or more. Allison's is a 3 or more, so he's got a rebound shot. That's a boxcars. That would be a goal on the power play, a goal chance on the power play, but instead Joseph's going to smother that one for a face-off. And I need to check rules on pulling the goalie because the Bruins are going to be looking to yank the goalie here. Let's see, super advanced power play is not what I want here. Here we go. Oh, and there are 2 or fewer action cards remaining in the game. Never mind, so we can't do that just yet. But we will get a face-off here. +1 still to Boston. Up, not on the dice. We need to check a split rating. 18 should be a... Yep, that'll be Toronto getting the win over to Yushkevich. Yushkevich with the puck. But I think after the next 3 cards, Boston is going to pull the goalie for an extra attacker. Opponent defense 8. So Sweeney with a defense of 8 takes away the puck with an outside shot only. Sweeney, I keep forgetting he can try to make a pass, but he's going to take the outside shot. That's a 5. Lose it over the defensive right wing. So that's over to Korolev. Korolev with a possible breakaway. Left wing or the right wing if the breakaway penetration rating is 2 or more. That's Roberts, who's got a 4, so he's in on Defoe alone. That's a 6 on a breakaway. That's a goalie rating on Defoe. 6, 8, and 11 are bad numbers. That's an 8. Score! Gary Roberts puts that one in, and that is going to be the icing on the cake for this one. Arena groans. Ugh. Roberts puts that one in and makes it 3-1 in favor of the Maple Leafs. We'll flip over an assist card and see what we get here. Left defenseman 4. Caberlet will get an assist. Left wing scored the goal. And Corson will get an assist. So that'll be Roberts from Caberlet and Corson. As it is now 3-1 Maple Leafs. And that should be all but the end of the game. That'll probably, if nothing else, that'll probably ice it for the Maple Leafs. 3 on a +1 to Boston is going to be superior left wing. So that'll be over to Axelson. Axelson with it. Lose the puck. Outside shot only for the left wing. So Roberts with it. That's a 5 on an outside shot. That'll be a save over to Axelson. Axelson with it. He will check opponent defense 10. Takes away the puck. Has an outside shot only. Korolev with the outside shot. That's an 8. That's a rebound chance. Offense. Any player with offensive rating 3 or more. That is... They'll give that to Roberts on the rebound chance. That's a 6. That's a goalie rating. 6, 8, and 11. Once again, your bad numbers on Defoe. That's an 11. That's a goal on a 1-18. And score! Gary Roberts with his second of the night. He will basically ice this one for the Maple Leafs. 4-1 Toronto. Arena barfs. Blah. And we've been in the third period this whole time, by the way. Assists. Right wing, no. Right defense, no. Left wing scored. Center, Corson, yep. And Caberlet. So that's Roberts, once again, from Corson and Caberlet. And what'll be the last action card of the game on a face-off of a 1. That'll go over to the superior left defenseman. So that'll be over to Sweeney. Sweeney with the last action card of the game. Lose the puck, outside shot for any player. They'll give the outside shot to Roberts. And Kovalenko will try to intimidate. The 2, he'll take the puck away, but bang, that's the end of the game. So the Toronto Maple Leafs make pretty easy work of the Boston Bruins as they win this one by a final score of 4-1. Arena groans. Ugh. Toronto fans not happy with this one tonight. But we are not quite done yet. I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup, and then we're going to get into a ticker tape test using final score hockey from Downey Games. Like I said, hopefully I didn't make too many mistakes as I was playing this tonight. It's been a while since I've played Strat-O-Matic Hockey, so I'll settle for just scraping a bit of rust off for this one. But the more important test I'd say is coming here, as we see how the ticker tape's going to work on a weeknight. Let's see, how do I have these oriented? Okay. So those need to go there. Bag for the split cards. That can go away. Everything here will take center stage, and okay. Actually, this can go away as well, because I won't need 2000-2001 logos until when that season finally hits the channel, if it does. We are all set for a ticker tape test, and I'm using Final Score Hockey by Downey Games. Yes, you're going to see me flipping through the binder quite a bit, and by the time hockey season's ready to hit the channel, I will have these charts printed, so I'm not flipping through the binder so much. I've got the ticker tape off camera, as the Maple Leafs took this one by a final score of 4-1. October 28th, 2000. Let's see how the rest of the league fared. First up, we've got the Sabres and the Blackhawks. I'm using pink for away, yellow for home. Sabres are a G16. That is 1. Help if I click the pen down. Blackhawks are a K51. K51 is 3. Since that's a 2-goal lead, the Blackhawks will win that one without any kind of pressure roll. Oilers and the Avalanche. Oilers are a J23. That is 2 goals. Avalanche are they're a J46, actually, so the Oilers should have 3. Avalanche are an O23. O23 is also 3, so we've got a pressure situation on our hands here. Where is our pressure chart? Big game, hockey scoring, overtime, pressure. Here we go. So the Oilers are an E on pressure. So we'll roll for the Oilers first. And E53 is not going to give them a chance to get it home. Colorado is a B on pressure. That's a 35. That won't give them a chance to get it home either. So we'll roll back to which rating? Is it pressure or offense for overtime? I think it's offense, but I wouldn't swear to it. Simply take the final rating. So it is the final offense rating. So we start with the home team and roll on the overtime chart. So we need to find the overtime chart. Colorado's final offense is an O. That's a 24. They won't score. The Oilers are a J on overtime. 15. They won't score. So then we go to shootout. Names 3 shooters. Goals scored during the shootout. Okay. So take each team's shootout rating. I don't actually have their shootout rating ready, so I will need to make sure I get that. For now, this one's going to end in a 3-3 tie. So that is something I'm going to need to add into the final. I am going to need to add into my ticker calculations. Blue Jackets and the Red Wings. Blue Jackets are an H31. H31 is 2. Red Wings are an M44. Or an M44. That is 4. And the Red Wings will win that one by a final score of 4-2. Senators and the Panthers. Senators are a K14. That is 1. Panthers are an I44. I44 is 3. And the Panthers will get that win 3-1. Islanders and the Canadiens. Islanders are an F12. That is 0. Canadiens, D53. D53 is 3. And the Canadiens will get a shutout 3-0. Kings and the Coyotes. Kings, wow. They're an L65. L65 is 7. They're going to explode on the Coyotes. Coyotes with an I21. That is 2. And the Kings will take that one handily by a final score of 7-2. Devils and the Penguins. Devils, K55. That is 4. Penguins, P52. P52 is 5. So we've got a pressure situation for the Devils here. Let's see if they can put one in here. Devils are a C on pressure. A C35 won't get it done, so the Penguins will take that game 5-4. Thrashers and the Sharks. I'm going to turn this way so I have a little easier time reading it. Oop, I did not have this light on this whole time. Whoops, not that really added much here. Thrashers are a J35. J35 is 3. Sharks, D16. That is 1. And the Thrashers will win that one 3-1. Stars and the Blues. Stars are a K26. That is 3 goals. Blues, N51. N51 is 4, so we've got another pressure situation here. Dallas is a C on pressure. C45 is not going to get it done, so the Blues will take that one 4-3. Actually, yeah, October 29th. St. Louis now in Calgary to take on the Flames. Actually, St. Louis now taking on the Hurricanes. St. Louis is an L11. That's 0. Hurricanes are a K53. That is 4. The Hurricanes will take that one by a final score of 4-0. Ducks and the Flames. Ducks are an E55. That is 3. Flames are an F41. F41, that is 2. Calgary with a pressure situation on their hands. They're an E on pressure. E34 is not going to get it done, So the Ducks are going to take that one by a final score of 3-2. Blackhawks and the Wild. Blackhawks are an H63. That is 4 goals. Wild are an E44. E44 is 2. The Blackhawks will take that win by a final score of 4-2. Bruins and the Rangers. Bruins, D61. That is 3. Rangers, J53. J53 is 4. Bruins with a pressure situation. Bruins are an E21. That won't get it done, so the Rangers will take that one by a final score of 4-3. Capitals and the Flyers. Capitals I-24. I-24 is 2. Flyers L22 is also 2 goals. So we have a pressure situation with the two teams tied. So when we're tied, cross-reference each player's pressure rating with a dice roll. Okay. All right, so we need to go to the pressure chart. All right, so the Capitals are a D, the Flyers are a C. All right, let's see. So the Flyers with a C53, they don't score. Capitals are a D34, they don't score either. So now we go to overtime. So now we're going to overtime in this one. Flyers are an L36. L36 won't get it done for them. Capitals are an H42. That won't get it done for them. So that one's going to end in a 2-2 tie as well. Coyotes and the Avalanche. Coyotes, H65 is 5. Avalanche, O65. O65 is 8. The Avalanche will take that one by a final score of 8-5 with an offensive explosion. Ducks and the Oilers. Ducks, H65, that is 5. Oilers, J33. J33 is 3. The Ducks will take that one 5-3. Panthers and the Devils. Panthers, H45 is 3. Devils, O35. O35 is 4. That's a pressure situation for the Panthers. Panthers are an F on pressure. F42 won't get it done, so the Devils will win that one 4-3. Lightning and the Hurricanes. Lightning, H66 is 5. Hurricanes, E45. E45 is 2. The Lightning will take that one 5-2. Kings and the Blue Jackets. Kings, J34. J34 is 3. Blue Jackets, G22. G22 is 2. Just barely, but the Blue Jackets are going to get a pressure situation. They're an E on pressure. E52 is not going to get it done, so the Kings will take that one 3-2. Blues and the Predators. Blues, M52, that is 4. Predators, J12, That is 1. The Blues will take that one, 4-1. Bruins and the Islanders. Bruins, D12 is 0. Islanders, E44. E44 is 2. The Islanders will win that one, 2-0. Maple Leafs and the Senators. Maple Leafs, J55, that is 4. Senators, P64 is 7. And the Senators win an offensive war 7-4. Last up in this block, Red Wings and the Capitals. Red Wings, K44, that is 3. Capitals, L24, that is 2. And we've got a pressure situation for the Capitals. Capitals are a D on pressure. D46, however, won't get it done, so the Red Wings will win that one by a final score of 3-2. And that will do it for Strat-O-Matic Hockey with a ticker tape test using Final Score Hockey by Downing Games. As I mentioned, I will have something more organized. I'll have the charts printed out a bit better than this for a final replay if I do a Strat Hockey season replay on the channel. I do really enjoy the flow of Strat, which is why I'm so warm to using this as a base system for a replay. So we'll definitely look into that in the future. But once again, if you want to vote and influence what season will be coming next on the channel, then go to the poll on my community tab on my channel and make sure you cast your vote for that. Otherwise, what's coming up on the channel, I'm going to have a flurry of as I mentioned, I'm going to have quite a few unboxings coming on the channel in the next few days. I don't think I'm going to get to one tonight, but I will have a couple on the channel tomorrow, as I'm still in full break from my 1985 season, mostly still in break from my 1985 season replay. But as far as what else is coming up on the channel, Saturday Mystical Munchies will continue out of the Can You Take the Heat cookbook with the side, JR's Country Cornbread. Sunday, we're continuing the winter campaign, or the spring campaign in Arkham Horror, the card game, with the second scenario to the Forbidden Peaks. Next week on Wednesday, what are we doing? Once Excel decides it wants to pop up for me, we are going to be doing a much smaller game as we do a play-along of Welcome To. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone.